We love diversity at the Road Foundation, and if you've been playing games in the late 90s, you will most likely remember Commando, a real-time tactics game set in the Second World War in which you could control a squad of highly skilled soldiers to complete missions. And I know several special agents at the Road Foundation absolutely love Commando or this kind of games, and we'll be pleased to hear about Partisans 1941. A real-time tactics game with stealth elements set in the Eastern Front of World War II. The game is developed by Elto Game, and this little gem is currently set to be released in summer 2020. The gameplay footage you're seeing right now is from a work-in-progress version published by the developers about a year ago and does not reflect how the quality of the end product will be at release. Now, let's take a look at the features the developers plan to have in this game. The makers of Partisans 1941 want to revisit how we play real-time tactics by mixing various kinds of strategies that players can use to complete objectives: action-focused, stealth approach, prepare ambushes, and use a variety of items to achieve your goals. Hide in high grass and kill an enemy using melee attack, or sink fire using rifles and SMGs found on enemy or in crates, or why not put a mine on the path of a patrol after analyzing their cycles. You can expect the usual neat little features for this kind of games, such as the possibility of hiding bodies to avoid alarms, display the field of view of your enemies, using distractions, and so on. The diversity of tactics and items seen so far in the gameplay footage seem rather impressive, and I personally see the potential in the feature tasking players with daily, weekly, and maybe monthly challenges to increase the replayability of the game in a really interesting way. The game also encourages you to invest in your squad members as much as possible. You can recruit new members, improve their abilities from a skill tree over time to specialize them with active and passive skills. This also means you need to ensure their survival. If one of your team members died during a mission, you will have a limited time period during the mission to revive them if you have the right item in your inventory. The context is also pretty interesting and refreshing, since you will be leading a resistance group and on and off the battlefield, since it appears you will also be required to develop your base, prepare for your next mission, manage resources, and keep the morale of your troops up. Now, obviously, we've had real-time tactics games before. Most recently, a couple of years ago, we've had Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, set in Japan around the Edo period, and it was very much like the old-school Commando game, where you had real-time tactics and you were controlling a squad, and it was all about completing specific objectives in real time in different missions. And then obviously we've had the XCOM series, which were more turn-based, set in a science fiction context with the base management and a lot of features related to what was happening in the world, how to research new technologies, assigning new skills to your troops, to your squad members, and so on. But we never really had something that mixed both those experiences in one game, the on and off battlefield experiences, and that is the reason I find Partisans 1941 really interesting, really exciting, and the reason I am talking about it in this video and sharing this game with other special agents of the Road Foundation, because I believe this is kind of a something we have been dying to play for a very long time. Something that reminds us of the Commando series, how challenging those games were and how tactical we had to be when playing those games, but also all the quality of those turn-based games and the rich features we usually find in those older games. All of that mixed in just one game, which, as far as I can tell, looks really good based on those gameplay footages. It's really appealing. Now, obviously, we still have to see the rest of the game. So far, we have seen the real-time battle phase, which, like I said, it looks really good so far. It didn't seem to be too scripted. Obviously, the mission was scripted, but the way the mission was played seemed pretty loose, which is, very much a good sign. Obviously, we want to see the rest of the game. We want to see this off-battle experience, how we manage the base, what kind of impact does it have on the rest of the gameplay, does it have any impact at all, what kind of perks does it provide, how easy is it to manage all of this, is it just a gadget or is it a full-fleshed feature? All of this hopefully will be revealed in the future, but what I can say is, based on this real-time battle phase gameplay footage I have seen, I am really happy with the quality I'm seeing. Even if this game was going live in early access, with just this, I will happily buy it to support the developers, because it's a kind of, it's an attempt to revive this challenging Commando experience we had the pleasure to have in the late 90s, early 2000s. To conclude, this Partisans 1941 sounds like an amazing real-time tactics game on paper, and something that most fans of the original Commando series will appreciate for sure. You can already wishlist the game on Steam, and the current release date is set for summer 2020. We'll keep an eye on the development of the game and release new videos when new and interesting information gets released. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel to support the Road Foundation, and let me know if you're thinking about getting the game in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time, agents.